Good morning, Flab-U-Ladies in the Clubhouse. How are you? This is Carla Gardner coming to you this week with a member in the spotlight, none other than Darla Makela. How are you, Darla?
Doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk to all
You're
of your
welcome.
ladies.
You're welcome. Well, friends, my name is Carla Gardner, the fiery grandma and the owner of the Flab-U-Less Clubhouse. And as a business owner, my mission is to search out other women 50 and over, just like Darla here, who have the skill set and the gifts to teach each of us how to take our lives to the next level. Because after all, we all want to live our best life today. So without further ado, let me introduce our guest. Darla is a certified life coach. She's a master mindset coach, and she has a passion to impact women's lives all over the nation. And her mission for 2021 is to impact 10,000 lives. So without further ado, Darla, first of all, why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you?
Absolutely. You did a good job with that. So I'll just add to it. I am over 50, so I can totally relate to kind of things we think about as we get a little bit older and go through changes in our life. So I'm super happy to be here and really inspire the women that are in this group. I am a wife, a mom, a stepmom, and most importantly, I am a nana to 4 children and almost 5. We have 1 on the way. And I just find that to be the greatest joy in life, right? I mean, there's lots of other cool things, but when you get to be with those grandkids, that's pretty powerful. But most of all, I am really a daughter of God. And so I really find it my mission, and it has been my mission for years, to help women really understand who they are in Christ, to see them walk in the call that God has on their life, in the purpose that God has on their life, and to really see them flourish. And the majority of my clients are over 50, probably because I can totally relate to what it's like. A lot of times we find, and as we spend time maybe in corporate world or in a career that we're not super satisfied in, we find when we get to a certain age that we're ready to move on. And so I spend a lot of time with women, helping them transition and figure out where it is that God's calling them to be, and what steps to take to get there. So finding clarity and then helping with the steps. So I have been really working with women, probably about 30 years, honestly. When I was very young as a single mom, I spent a lot of time ministering to other single moms, and as just kind of grew in my life, I grew in my time with reaching out to women and supporting them. And then about 4 years ago, made the transition from corporate world. So I know what that's like. 27 years in corporate world, and decided to go for my dreams and make this a career. And so that's what brings me here today.
Awesome. Well, I think I already know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it for the members anyway. What is the one thing you could talk about all day?
Well, let's see. Honestly, the one thing I could talk about all day, it boils down to one word, and that's mindset. Mindset encompasses many things, but it's mostly about how we're thinking, what we're believing, and what we're allowing to happen in our life because of those thoughts and beliefs. And I really live by a mantra that says your thoughts create your feelings create your actions, and your actions create your results. So if I live by that, I recognize that my thoughts are the most important thing to helping me create the results that I desire in life. And that's why I just believe mindset, everything starts with mindset. So wow. I could talk about that all day.
that is really powerful. So because repetition helps us learn, Would you say that again?
Absolutely. So your thoughts create your feelings, and your feelings create your actions, and your actions create your results. So if you
That's
think
awesome.
about all the times that you've like been stewing over something in your mind, and then you realize that, boy, that like your body was actually reacting to those thoughts. And because your body was reacting, you maybe did something impulsive, or you didn't do something. So sometimes that those thoughts, feelings, and yeah, your thoughts, feelings, and actions actually keep us from going forward and moving into what God is calling us to do.
So a thought popped into my head that not only can relate to us as business women, but us as women in our health
Absolutely.
and weight loss journey too.
Absolutely. I'm also a certified health coach. And so I work with a lot of women to help them lose weight and really gain confidence and things like that. But it's all over. You know, when I'm working with someone to lose weight, the very smallest part of our conversation is, what did you eat? So much of it is typically about, what are you thinking? Are you hungry, or are you feeling? I mean, there's so many things when it comes to getting healthy that you have to adjust and create new habits for. And the habits begin with how you're thinking about something. So
Exactly.
transitioning to a healthier lifestyle is all about habit change.
Mm-hmm.
And habit starts with how you're thinking.
You know, that reminds me of, oh my gosh, this fits just perfect. When even after I had lost 70 pounds and lost 5 jean sizes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But you know what? When I look in that mirror, or did, I don't now, but for a long time, when I looked in that mirror, I still saw
Yep.
the fat me and thought, this isn't working.
Yep.
But it did work. And you're right. You have to change this and get rid of those limiting beliefs, get rid of all the lies we've been taught.
Yeah.
And don't you think that's half the battle?
I think it's over half the battle, honestly. I really do. When I see people start getting that, then the food stuff comes into place, the exercise comes into place, because they start caring about themselves and loving themselves. And I was just going to say that, you know, when we talk about habit change, a lot of times people think, well, I'm talking about like the habits that involve food, like eating, you know, lots of carbs, or snacking all day, or snacking at night. But our mindset is just as much a habit as any of those things. So when we're growing up and people are instilling us that, maybe, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people that were heavier when they were kids, and they were teased, and their parents would just make comments and things like that. I even sometimes hear it today, and I'm like, stop. But, you know, so the mindset, you know, we begin at a very young age thinking, I'm not good enough, or I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, whatever. Because sometimes it's not even about how much you weigh, as much as like how you think about yourself. But your mindset is just as much a habit as any of those other things that you're doing to create an unhealthy lifestyle for yourself. So as you're going in and you're changing how you eat and how you take care of yourself and how you sleep and all that good stuff, it's also so important to change how you think.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So, what do you see as the most challenging thing when it comes to living our purpose?
I believe what I see with most of my clients is they forget who they are. So, or they don't know who they are. So until they understand who they are And we get caught up, especially as women, right? Even over 50, it's easy to get caught up in what other people think about us, or maybe what someone's saying that we should do. And I know, like in my career, when I first started, I had a real vision. I had a true vision, like, this is what I'm going to do. And so many people were like, that's not going to work. You should try this. And so I spent a couple years like fighting off what I knew in my heart I was supposed to do. And now I'm doing that. But it took me a while because I got so caught up in what other people think. And I forgot that who I am is exactly the way I was created to be. Now, yes, I have to work on all those things to help me be healthier and better at what I'm doing. But when we forget who we are and we get caught up in other people's version of us or other people's ideas of what we should do, we can't live in our purpose.
No, no, that's awesome. So we're getting near the end of our time here. What are some tools that you would recommend for your Flab-U lady sisters to renew their mind?
Awesome. I love this question because there's a ton, but I'm going to give you 3 that are really powerful. Okay. So the first one, when I start working with a client, the first session is always about, it's about just kind of setting goals and stuff, but we talk about gratitude. Because when you don't practice gratitude, I will just say, I'm going to turn it around. When you do practice gratitude, that to me is the best way to change the way that you're thinking. Because when you get up in the morning, a couple of years ago, I started a practice of a gratitude journal every morning. And probably for a year, I did it every morning. Now, sometimes I don't do it every morning now, but it's so ingrained in me that I know that when I start going down and thinking like maybe I'm frustrated or whatever, if I turn it around to gratitude. But I recommend having a gratitude journal every day, writing in that. Because when you wake up and you write out, it's more than just like saying it out loud to yourself. There's power in the words, in the written word, and just writing that out and saying, I am grateful for, even if life sucks right now, like, right? It's been a hard year for a lot of people, but I have been talking for the last 2 or 3 months, just sharing with clients and friends, what are you happy, what are you grateful for? What happened in 2020 that you can stand up and say, I'm so glad I experienced this in 2020. That's one. Daily affirmations, whether you're a person of faith or you have like other people you follow where there's quotes. My office is full of positive quotes all over. Just finding those daily affirmations. If you're a person of faith, what does the Bible say about you? What does God say about you? And then the last one that I think is really important that we forget to do as women, especially, is take time to listen. So whether that's through prayer or meditation, just being able to sit down and find your quiet space, even if it's 10 minutes a day, practice some breathing, allow just like either, whatever it is that for me, it's God. If I sit down and spend time listening to what he says to me, I can so much more live in my purpose because that's where I want to get all my direction from, right? So if I can't walk in, if I can't sit and listen, I can't understand and know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
So those are just 3 tools that you can implement. And I love them because they're all like free. You don't have to go out and pay anything for them. You can do them wherever you're, in your house, and really 15, 20 minutes a day, you could have all 3 of those done.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Darla, thank you so much. Oh, I almost forgot. So if any of the members would like to work with you or coffee with you, have a meeting with you to get some ideas of how you can help them, where can they find you?
Absolutely. I would love to connect with people. I love coffee, virtual coffee. That's how we met, right?
That is.
My website is www.darlamakela.com, just like my name. I'm assuming we can put it in the links maybe.
Yeah, yes, I will.
And then you can also find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook group called The Becoming Lounge. And if you just type that into the search, I'm the only one. you'll be able to join that. And then I also do have a personal retreat that's out there now for the weekend. There's been a special on that. If you want, you can put the link into that, but that's a place to walk, or it's like a course that walks you through the process of listening, dreaming, planning, and taking action. So really starting with the listen so you can dream, and then you end with some goals, some very specific action steps, and that's all self-paced, so you can do that on your own. So you can find that on my website, or we can post a link as well.
Okay, yep. When we post this in the group, I will have you help me put all of those
Okay.
in there so I don't miss anything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Darla, so much
Thank
for taking the
you.
time to share your gift and your knowledge with our members. So friends, if you have a gift that you would like to share with your fella, you ladies, say that 10 times in a row.
That's a tongue
Please
twister.
reach out to me and let's schedule your interview in Member in the Spotlight. Until then, we will see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.